1. A senior technician is designing a training module for new hires on electrical safety protocols. Which approach best aligns with adult learning principles to maximize engagement? A. Provide a lengthy manual for self-study without interaction. B. Use real-life incident case studies to illustrate key concepts. C. Deliver a lecture covering all safety regulations in sequence. D. Require learners to memorize all codes before practical exercises. 2. During a skills evaluation, a trainer notices that multiple trainees fail a troubleshooting task. Which evaluation method best identifies the root cause? A. Reviewing the pass-fail statistics only. B. Administering a standardized multiple-choice test. C. Conducting a task analysis and observing the process steps. D. Asking trainees to complete a written reflection on the task. 3. A curriculum designer for the EEI tech test wants to ensure assessments measure applied knowledge. Which assessment format is most suitable? A. Open book test on regulations. B. Scenario-based problem-solving simulations. C. Oral quiz on key terms. D. Fill-in-the-blank questions on procedures. 4. A mentor is guiding a junior technician who struggles with using a multimeter. Which mentoring strategy aligns with best practices? A. Repeating the same instructions until the mentee memorizes them. B. Demonstrating proper use, then observing and coaching during practice. C. Having another trainee explain the process without supervision. D. Assigning the trainee to practice independently without feedback. 5. During a regulatory audit, a trainer discovers the training log is incomplete. What is the best immediate action to ensure compliance? A. Discontinue all training until records are complete. B. Update the records promptly and implement a tracking system. C. Ask trainees to recall and report past training dates. D. File a report noting missing records without taking further steps. 6. When teaching advanced electrical theory, how can the instructor ensure content relevance for adult learners? A. Present only the theoretical concepts without practical application. B. Use analogies linking theory to the technician's daily work tasks. C. Rely solely on textbook definitions for precision. D. Assign learners unrelated problem sets to challenge thinking. 7. A training program must accommodate technicians from multiple cultural backgrounds. Which communication strategy is most effective? A. Use culturally neutral examples and avoid jargon. B. Keep all materials in one language regardless of trainee needs. C. Focus on technical content without adapting communication style. D. Ask trainees to adjust their understanding to the trainer's delivery. 8. During an on-the-job evaluation, the assessor notices the trainee repeatedly violates a safety step. Which action best aligns with evaluation best practices? A. Fail the trainee immediately without explanation. B. Provide immediate corrective feedback and reevaluate performance. C. Record the violation and discuss it only at the end of the week. D. Ignore the violation to avoid disrupting the task flow. 9. A curriculum developer must integrate a new regulatory requirement into existing modules. Which approach ensures accuracy and compliance? A. Skim the regulation and add a few points to the slides. B. Incorporate the regulation after validating details with official sources. C. Wait for the next curriculum overhaul to make updates. D. Add the requirement verbally during training sessions only. 10. A mentor notices a mentee learns best by physically performing tasks rather than reading manuals. Which mentoring adaptation is most appropriate? A. Assign additional reading to strengthen theory. B. Provide hands-on activities with guided reflection. C. Deliver longer verbal explanations without activities. D. Require the mentee to write a report before practicing. 11. An instructor is preparing trainees for the EEI tech test and wants to ensure learning objectives are measurable. Which objective meets this requirement? A. Understand safety procedures. B. Be aware of electrical hazards. C. Demonstrate correct lockout-tagout steps during equipment maintenance. D. Learn about voltage testing. 12. When evaluating a group's troubleshooting skills, which method provides the most valid measurement? A. Timed written quiz on definitions. B. Peer evaluation of teamwork abilities. C. Realistic fault-finding task under observation. D. Group discussion about possible causes of a fault. 13. A training program is required to meet OSHA compliance. Which practice best ensures the program aligns with regulatory standards? A. Consulting the latest OSHA guidelines during curriculum development. B. Using outdated materials if they are easier to understand. C. Assuming prior compliance materials are still valid. D. Skipping regulatory content to focus on technical skills. 14. During mentoring, a senior technician asks a mentee to explain a troubleshooting step back in their own words. This practice supports which adult learning principle? A. Self-directed learning. B. Immediate relevance. C. Active participation and reinforcement. D. Passive content absorption. 15. A training manager wants to ensure that evaluation results inform future curriculum changes. What is the best strategy? A. Review evaluation data annually and make adjustments as needed. B. Rely on informal trainer feedback only. C. Keep the curriculum unchanged to maintain consistency. D. Allow trainees to suggest changes without formal review. 16. When delivering technical training remotely, which method maintains the highest learner engagement? A. Static PDF presentations. B. Live virtual demonstrations with interactive Q, and A. C. Pre-recorded lectures without discussion. D. Emailing step-by-step instructions. 17. An instructor observes that some trainees are disengaged during a long theory lecture. Which adjustment aligns with adult learning principles? A. Continue the lecture to cover all content without interruption. B. Integrate short, relevant problem-solving activities. C. Ask disengaged learners to review the material after class. D. Reduce the content and remove practical examples. 18. A regulatory inspection reveals the training program lacks documented competency verification. What is the most compliant response? A. Begin immediate documentation of competency assessments for all trainees. B. Record only future competencies and ignore past gaps. C. Delay documentation until next quarter's review. D. Focus on verbal confirmations instead of written records. Edison Electric Institute EEI. The EEI Tech Test, developed by the Edison Electric Institute, is a specialized assessment used by utility companies to evaluate candidates for technical and mechanical roles such as line workers, plant operators, and field technicians. It measures a range of aptitudes essential for success in energy industry positions, including mechanical comprehension, spatial ability, reading for comprehension, mathematics, and problem-solving under time constraints. The test often incorporates practical, scenario-based questions that reflect real-world tasks performed in the utility sector. Employers use the EEI Tech test to identify candidates who can apply technical knowledge accurately, follow safety and regulatory procedures, and adapt quickly to dynamic work environments, ensuring high performance and operational safety. Here are the top 5 beneficial uses EEI Tech exam. 1. Candidate selection. The EEI Tech test helps employers identify applicants with the mechanical aptitude, spatial reasoning, and problem-solving skills needed for demanding utility industry roles. 2. Job readiness assessment. It measures a candidate's ability to apply technical knowledge in practical, real-world situations, ensuring they are prepared for field and plant operations. 3. Safety and compliance screening. By evaluating comprehension of safety protocols and procedural accuracy, the test supports regulatory compliance and minimizes workplace hazards. 4. Training program placement. Results help determine if candidates require additional training before assuming full technical responsibilities. 5. Workforce quality improvement. By maintaining high entry standards, the test enhances overall workforce competency, efficiency, and reliability in critical utility operations.